Okay, and I've hit record. All right, good job, Lacey.
Thank you.
You guys got to cut it a little shorter though, because it's like, Lacey, that was almost 4 minutes.
Okay, I can cut some stuff down.
Okay. Question and answer thing.
Okay, Lucy, we're about to start.
Okay.
Alrighty then. So greetings, prospective San Jose State School of Music and Dance majors. I'm Sjsu Guzman, the Recruitment Area Coordinator for the department. And on behalf of the faculty, students, and staff, welcome to our official Admitted Spartans Day webinar. As we get started, I'd like to thank you all for joining us today, and hopefully we can assist you as you go through this transition to become a part of our Spartan family. Today we have an immense joy of having student representations from all factions of our diverse and talented department join us today. In this webinar, we'll go over many amazing ensembles, from our award-winning choirs to the Bay Area's heartbeat of swing that is our jazz department, from the breathtaking orchestras to our groundbreaking wind bands. Our department populates over 20 ensembles and over 120 performances a year, not to mention the tour opportunities that take our students on national and international adventures. Within the past 5 years alone, our musicians have performed in the great churches of the Baltic states of Estonia, Latvia, and Lithuania, busked in the villas and streets of Cuba, and have sung on the Cliff of Mollers in Ireland. They have also consistently been selected to perform in prestigious conferences, including the CASMIC California Music Educators Conference, the ACDA American Choral Directors Association Conference, and the CBDNC College Band Directors National Conference. Just like our ensembles, our student leadership is also made up of music and dance and non-music and dance members. Some of our student organizations include the Professional Music Fraternity, Mu Phi Epsilon, who represent music, friendship, and harmony, and is one of our dedicated service groups. Another is Kappa Kappa Psi, is another one of our fraternities within the School of Music, which is primarily represented by Spartan marching band members, but is also open to any and all SJSU matriculated students. We also have the ACDA American Choral Directors Association at SJSU, which is a student organization that curates and manages all SJSU recruitment endeavors and represents our collegial our collegiate choral members in the state and national conferences. And finally, we have NAFME, the National Association for Music Education Collegiate at SJSU, that assist in our music education department, which has produced some of California's leading music educators, scholars, and administrators. Now, let's begin our webinar. So just a little couple of ground rules. So you'll notice that it is a Q&A session. So at the bottom portion of your webinar, you'll see a caption that says Q&A. So if you have any questions during the duration of our webinar, make sure to ask your questions, and our moderator, Lucy Yamakawa Cox, will actually read the questions at the end. So if you look here, this is our itinerary. We'll be giving our welcome speeches. We'll talk about our ensembles, the student organizations, and of course, we will go with the wrap up, and then just a little bit more about our audition process as well as the entrance process. And then finally, we'll have all your Q&As towards the end of the webinar. So do we know if Dr. Cohen is on perchance? Okay, well, since he isn't, I guess we'll just start with our webinar. So we'll actually start talking about the SJSU band. So Lacey, if you'd like to take it away.
Yes, hello everyone. My name's Lacey Cohen. I am a music education major, and my primary instrument is clarinet. I've been performing with the SJSU bands the whole time at San Jose State. So Dr. David Vickerman, he conducts the wind ensemble, Disrupt, and he is the director of bands. And we have Dr. Craig McKenzie, who directs Symphonic Band, the Spartan Marching Band, and he's the assistant director of bands. So all ensembles are available to any matriculated SJSU student, and you do not have to be a music major to join. If you audition, you will get placed in either wind ensemble or symphonic band. Wind ensemble is the top band ensemble on campus. It mostly consists of music majors. Wind ensemble goes on at least one tour every year, and they perform both traditional band repertoire as well as contemporary works by contemporary band composers. And wind ensemble regularly premieres new compositions. Symphonic band has more of a mix of music majors and non-music majors. However, the quality of music is still at a high level. Symphonic band performs more traditional literature, but also some contemporary pieces. Disrupt is the new music ensemble that formed at the beginning of the school year. The instrumentation is unique as it uses band and orchestra instruments. And Disrupt mainly performs contemporary music as opposed to the traditional band literature. And there will be more information about the Spartan Marching Band later in this webinar.
Excellent, true beans. So now we're actually we're going to continue moving on to our SJSU choir. So we have another representative, Evelina, who will be joining us. So if you take it away, my dear.
Hi, yeah, good afternoon. My name is Evelina, and I'm a second-year vocal performance major at SJSU. In the music department, we have two audition-based choirs, which is concert choir and choraleers. Concert choir is for music majors and non-music majors who have a general understanding of being able to read music and is required for vocalists to be a part of for 4 years. Concert choir is under the direction of Dr. Corey Brown. The other choir, under Dr. Jeffrey Benson, is choraleers. Choraleers is SJSU's advanced choir, but it is not mandatory to take and mainly consists of music majors. We also have non-audition choirs called Glee Club, which is for those who want to work on their singing but don't want to audition. Glee Club also provides teaching opportunities for education majors looking to work with choirs. Within the music department, we also have a couple a cappella groups, which are Spartones, Pitch Please, and the Spartan Stellas. Spartones is the only co-ed a cappella group on campus. Pitch Please are for those who sing tenor bass, and the Spartan Stellas is an all-female group. And all of these groups are audition-based and led by students.
Alrighty, thank you for that. So I believe we're going to go on to the SJSU Orchestras. So if we'll have Trevor speak on behalf of that, or are you Trevor? Got you. There you are.
Hi, my name is Trevor Grant, and I'm a music education major here at San Jose State, and I play bassoon with the SJSU Symphony Orchestra. The Symphony Orchestra is under the direction of Dr. Fred Cohen and is the top performing string ensemble here at San Jose State. Being part of this ensemble means attending weekly rehearsals and attending a weekly string sectional ran by our string area coordinator and professor of violin and viola, Dr. Sarah Jones, and performing at least 2 concerts a semester. This ensemble is open to all SJSU students and not just our music majors. Auditions are held at the beginning of each semester for strings. Our orchestra performs a rich and diverse variety of repertoire. This means the ensemble is not just limited to strings. There are many opportunities for woodwind, brass, percussionists, pianists, and even non-traditional orchestral instruments such as saxophones and guitarists to be involved. The orchestra performs traditional works such as by the works of Shostakovich and Beethoven, but also performs a pop concert every year with guest artists and SJSU alum Pasquale Esposito at a variety of different venues, which gives the orchestra opportunities to perform in different concert halls. In the spring semester, the ensemble can be seen playing for the winners of the concerto competition we host every year. And to end off the school year, the orchestra can be found performing with other ensembles in the department to put on one big, large production. Last year, this production was Leonard Bernstein's Mass. This production included our orchestra, concert choir, opera theater, dance, and an outside ensemble, the Vivace Youth Chorus. This is just a small glimpse of what our orchestra has to offer for our students here at San Jose State.
Excellent, thank you so much. So now we're actually going to talk about our jazz area. So if we can actually have Dom come up and actually start speaking on behalf of our jazz area.
Yeah, perfect. Hi, everybody. My name is Dominic. I'm a bass trombone player, and I am a 4th-year music education here at San Jose State. We have a really dedicated jazz department here at SJSU. We have 3 bands. The first is our jazz orchestra. It is audition only. It is led by the director of jazz studies, Aaron Linkton. He is a professional bari sax player in the area. He has won the Sammy Nestico Arranging Award. He has also won a Grammy, and he's great. He plays in the area, and he leads that band. The second band we have is our Afro-Latin Jazz Band that's led by Jeff Lewis. He's the director of jazz trumpet here at SJSU. He has won 2 Grammys, and he's played with the likes of Ray Charles, B.B. King, so on. That is a fun ensemble to be in because it's more of a large combo setting, not quite a big band setting. And they do a lot of good concerts per year. A few years ago, we actually had a trip where we went to Cuba. It was a really fun trip, and it's just a fun experience overall. The third band that SJSU has is the Friday Jazz Ensemble. This band isn't auditioned, but you do need to talk to whoever will be teaching it for the year. It's a great band if you don't have much experience with jazz, but you want to get started, or if you do have experience for jazz, but don't really have the time to dedicate to the large jazz orchestra. We also have many combo opportunities and a top-notch jazz faculty as well here.
Excellent, thank you so much. So now we're going to be talking about a little bit more of our chamber ensembles that we have here at SJSU. So let's see where we can do that. Is Angel on? Okay. I guess we'll move on. So let's actually talk about the Woodwinds with Lacey, if that's alrighty.
Yep.
Sounds good.
Hello, everyone. Again, my name's Lacey Cohen, and I am a clarinet major. I also, in addition to the bands, I also participate in the Clarinet Ensemble. That is a chamber ensemble led by Dr. Janet Averett. And this ensemble mainly performs, it has pieces used by the B-flat clarinet all the way down to the E-flat contrabass clarinet. We have done some quartets and trios recently. The Saxophone Ensemble is directed by Dr. Michael Hernandez. They put on 1 performance every semester. Something unique about them is some of the members just attended a conference in Arizona. And a little more unofficial, both of those, the clarinet and saxophone, those are actually classes you get to enroll in. But we also have an unofficial flute choir. It's mainly organized by the flute majors on campus and by their teacher, Kathy Payne. And also kind of unofficial is like some bassoon quintet stuff that they like to do. That's also mainly organized by the students and by their teacher, Yue Chow.
Alrighty, thank you. So now we're actually going to be talking about the brass area a little bit more. So we'll have Jorge actually give us a little bit more about that.
Hi, hello. My name is Jorge Sandoval. I'm a third-year music education major here, and I play euphonium. So we have two performing ensembles that are chamber-oriented for brass. We have our trombone choir, led by our professor of trombones and euphonium, Tom Hornig. And in trombone choir, it's what you could imagine, just a choir of trombones, from bass bone to tenor trombone to even alto and soprano trombone occasionally. We perform music from Bach to Bruckner, and it's usually just music from the classical era that's been arranged for trombone playing. And then we have our brass ensemble. And our brass ensemble is what you could imagine, just all brass. We have trumpets, horns, trombone, euphonium, and tuba. We play music all the way from Gabrieli all the way to Richard Strauss. We cover a lot of the same classical music, and we even play contemporary music at the time. And what's unique about brass ensemble is that what we do is our first semester, we focus on large works of music. Sometimes we'll play a Bruckner piece, and sometimes we'll play film music. But when we get to our second semester, we start working on more tailored, and we start breaking down into subgroups. Our second semester usually consists of working in chamber ensembles, where a lot of us get together in quartets, trios, octets, just to work on music together and perform them. Both ensembles, trombone choir and brass ensemble, hold one concert each semester. That's all.
All right, thank you, Jorge. So now we're actually going to go talk about our strings area. So please help me welcome back Trevor.
All right, hi. So the two main chamber groups we have featuring our strings are our string ensemble and Collegium Musicum. So the string ensemble is run by our string area coordinator, Dr. Sarah Jones. This ensemble is highly encouraged to be joined by all string majors here at San Jose State. The ensemble can be seen performing pieces for large chamber string orchestras to smaller things such as quartets and trios. They also feature quintets sometimes with classical guitars. So there's opportunities for our classical guitar majors to be in ensembles as well. This ensemble has been seen collaborating with our dance department, putting on live music for their performances, such as at Kaleidoscope, which is an event we host at Hammer Theater every fall semester. And then Collegium Musicum is run by our music history coordinator and graduate advisor, Dr. Gordon Haramaki. Collegium Musicum is a combined vocal and instrumental ensemble dedicated to performing works from the medieval, Renaissance, and early Baroque periods. The unique thing about this ensemble is that it makes an effort to use traditional instruments from that time period for all these performances, such as natural horns, Baroque trumpets, recorders, harpsichords, sackbuts, shawms, and viols. And this is the main people that make up this are usually the strings, as it's trying to build like a mini orchestra. And then we also have other instruments and vocalists involved as well.
All righty, thank you. So let's see. So now we're actually be talking about the dance area for the most part. So now I'll actually be sharing a video from our Associate Director, Professor Heather Cooper. So if you give us a second.
Hello from SJSU Dance. We'd like to take a moment to reach out to you. We know that now is a time of great uncertainty, and we hope that you and your families are safe and healthy. We certainly can't predict the future, but what we can be certain of is that SJSU Dance is a place of support. We are unable to be in our studios right now, but we have found innovative ways to continue to train, connect, rehearse, and even perform.
Hello, future Spartans. My name is Cameron, and I'm a graduating senior at San Jose State receiving my BFA in dance. The faculty at San Jose State works tirelessly to create an environment that is caring, loving, knowledgeable, curious, and super supportive, and it's felt throughout the program and shared with every individual that steps through.
My name is Zoe Lytle, and I am a senior BFA dance major at San Jose State University. I am both intimately and painfully aware of how difficult it is to be graduating at this particular moment in history. One thing that this time has taught me is how genuinely special San Jose State dance is. When you come here, you're not only coming to a fantastic dance department, which you are. We have amazing faculty and wonderful training and so many opportunities that are presented constantly, but you're also coming into a family and a home that will always be there for you, and that's become extremely evident to me, especially during this time.
We still believe in the power of dance, and we feel that when all of this is over, people may need artists more than ever.
Alrighty. So if you have any other questions or concerns that you may bring out, especially if you're a dance major here at SJSU, make sure to contact Heather at heather.cooper@sjsu.edu. She'll be more than welcome to actually answer most of your questions. And then another just like little tidbit for like anyone else who's interested in doing any dance classes. The cool thing about this is that all of our dance classes are open to any SJSU music major as well as matriculated major in general. So if you have to do, PE credits, more than welcome to join a dance class. You actually learn something and you actually get the PE credit out of the way as well. So now we're actually going to talk about our student organization. No, that's a lie. We're actually going to talk about the Spartan Marching Band and the Spectrums as well. So if you please welcome our abundance of people that actually love to talk about the marching band. Here is AJ, Joseph, and Jazzy.
Hello everyone. My name is AJ Gonzalez. I am currently a third-year music education major playing French horn, and I am also a mellophone player and one of the drum majors for the Spartan Marching Band.
Hi everyone, my name is Jazzy. I'm a fourth-year chemistry major, and I'm also one of the drum majors for the Spartan Marching Band. Sorry, go ahead.
Hi everyone, I'm Joseph Khalifa. I'm actually a six-year computer electronics major. I was part of the marching band for 4 years, and I've been the photographer for the past 2 years. Go ahead.
All right, so the Spartan Marching Band is under the direction of Dr. Craig McKenzie, who's also the Assistant Director of Bands. And for the Spartan Marching Band, we include woodwinds, brass, percussion, color guard, and the Spartan Spectrum dancers, which we'll hear from Alyssa about in a little bit. And we perform new field shows at every SJSU home football game, as well as performing at other venues as well. And you don't have to be a music major to be in the marching band. I'm a chemistry major. He's a computer science major. We have students in every field of study in the marching band. And you also don't necessarily have to be an SJSU student to be in the marching band. You can be an open university student, which pretty much means, like I said, you don't have to be an SJSU student to be in the marching band. So when I say anyone can be in the marching band, anybody can be in the marching band. As far as the schedule goes, it typically consists of a week-long band camp right before the fall semester starts. We have some preliminary auditions for the percussion and the color guard. And then as far as the band camp goes for the rest of the players, we learn our traditional fight songs, pep tunes, and also marching technique as well. And then when the fall semester starts, our class and practice times are Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 3:30 to 5:45 p.m., as well as some practice times on game days as well, which are usually Saturdays.
So on top of all of the rehearsal and everything that you just heard of, there are a lot of benefits to be in the Spartan Marching Band, such as many different performance opportunities. Just last year, we just performed at Levi Stadium. This year, we traveled to University of Nevada, Reno, and performed in front of their marching band and their football game. And we have many more lined up coming up in the future. And you also get priority registration if you decide to continue on with the marching band and our pep band ensemble, which happens in the spring semester. And also there are many scholarship opportunities, such as if you are a music major, minor, if you have done drum corps, winter guard, et cetera, et cetera. And just to wrap up real quick, if you're interested in joining the marching band, I will be putting in a link for band interest page. And if you lose it, you can also find it on the SJSU bands page. And we will turn it over to our Spectrum captain, Alyssa Sack.
Hi everyone, my name is Alyssa Sack and I am a 4th year student at San Jose State. I am a kinesiology major and I am the current captain of the Spectrum dance team. So the Spartan Spectrum dance team is the official team of San Jose State University. We have been around since the 1970s and have performed at every home football and basketball game alongside the Spartan Marching Band. We are a jazz-based dance team, but have started to perform more dance styles such as pom. We will be competing at the USA Nationals this year, which will be really exciting. At every home football game, the Spectrum are featured in every halftime show, and we primarily perform to the marching band music, but during basketball season, we have started to perform more to canned music over the speaker. And we also rehearse with the marching band Monday, Wednesday, Fridays during the fall, and similar schedules in the spring. You will be able to travel with the marching band during the fall and hopefully to a bowl game if we are eligible. As a member of the Spectrum, we are positive representatives of San Jose State University. You receive priority registration and units of credit. If you are a dance major, you also receive a scholarship. We accept students at SJSU and Open University students, such as just like the marching band. And for example, we have a member on our team this year who goes to a community college in the area, so you can be on the team and not go to San Jose State. We are currently holding our auditions virtually. The preliminary auditions will be due on May 2nd at 11 p.m. You can head over to our Instagram or Facebook page at Spartan Spectrum to find the link to all of the audition information. You will be mainly learning a short jazz combo and a kick line combination that you will record yourself doing and upload to our Google form that you will also fill out and record yourself with an introduction and also a headshot photo of yourself so our coaches can get to know you better. You can find all this information on our social media pages. And we will be announcing our finalists on Tuesday, May 5th via email and Instagram. The finals date is to be determined. So once our finalists are selected, we will be getting back to them about the information regarding finals. And we are fortunate enough to have the university pay for our uniforms and costumes that we have. The only expenses that you will be having to pay for are team warm-ups and shoes. And it's just a really great experience being on this team. You join an amazing community of people, and I highly recommend anyone who wants to join to just go for it because you will not regret it. It's the experience of a lifetime, and you will make so many amazing best friends and get to do what you love on the field and on the court as well. Thank you.
Alrighty, thank you. So now we're actually going to be going forward into our student organization. So if you can actually, we're actually going to bring up AJ and Lacey again for to represent Mu Phi Epsilon.
Alrighty, hello.
Hold on a sec, Jesse. I have a student, Artie, who has his hands up, and he's probably going to ask about time. So can we allow him to talk and ask the question?
Is it lagging?
Well, I'm not sure. So can we go ahead and have him ask his question? Okay. Artie, go ahead and speak. Artie, are you there?
Sure. Do you like?
Okay, well, I guess we lost him. Okay. Wait a minute.
Hello? Hello?
Yes, Artie, go ahead. You can ask your question. All right. Well, all right. Well, let's go on.
Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, so as far as percussion classes, is the percussion like a 5-piece drum set, or is it like the marching band ones, or the bongos like the African dance drums ones?
Is this a question for marching band?
For the no, for the you guys know it's not for the music department, right? Is this music department or no?
Yes, it is.
Okay, so for percussion class, what type of percussion is there? Is there a 5-piece percussion one you can learn, or is it the bongo one with your hands? Which percussion classes do you have?
Well, it really just depends on what area you're trying to get into. So obviously, if you're going more towards the classical route, you actually have to learn how to play timpani. You have to learn how to play the marimba, the vibes, etc., that belong within the wind band family. And then if you're going towards the jazz area, that's where you learn drum set and the bongos for like more of interdisciplinary type of drumming in that regard. So I hope that answers your question in that regard. So it's really just in what area you're going to go into for the most part.
So you guys don't have like the traditional drum set. Say like a rock band has a drummer in the back, like them drum set like that. You guys don't have that then. That's what my question is.
So we have kits, but generally the people who play on kits are in the jazz program and they take lessons with our jazz drum teacher. Occasionally, our wind ensemble or symphonic band or concert percussion will have to use a drum kit for part of a piece. So there is definitely some work that is put on it if you are in the education or classical route. But for the most part, if you're not a jazz major, the focus will be on concert percussion. And you will learn those other things most likely in your lessons and in different ensembles.
And then one more question for the workouts, for the tryouts for percussion. You said there's tryouts. How does that work?
There are auditions for every music major who comes into San Jose State. Depending on what area you are getting your degree in, you will have to do a different audition. But if you are doing a music education or music percussion performance degree, your audition will be with our professor of percussion, which is Galen Lemon. And it's the same way that we run all the other auditions. They happen a few days before school generally, and it's up to the discretion of the professor to what you will be auditioned on.
Okay.
Yep.
Thank you, Artie. Okay, we can go on.
Okay, cool. So like I was saying, we're going to go on to our student organization. So once again, Lacey and AJ.
Alrighty, hello, AJ Gonzalez again here, and then I'll let Lacey introduce herself.
Hi everyone, so I am a current member of Mu Phi Epsilon, but I've also held the position of vice president. So a little background info. Mu Phi is the only co-ed professional music fraternity on campus. Mu Phi provides many professional development, scholarship, community outreach, and performance opportunities. Mu Phi is open to all branches in the music world, whether you are education, jazz, composition, vocal, or instrumental performance. You are welcome to join our fraternity. Also, if you are a music minor, you are welcome to join. We are a professional fraternity, but we also like to have fun. So we have social events such as game nights, movie nights, karaoke nights, and we like to have just hangout sessions outside of the fraternity as well. My favorite part of Mu Phi is the circle of friends I have created. Since I'm a band person, it's really easy to just stay with other band people, but because of Mu Phi, I have very close friends in the choral world, in the orchestra world, all over the department I have friends, and I feel I wouldn't have that if it wasn't for Mu Phi. So now I'll let AJ talk a little bit too.
Yeah, so Lacey just focused on a lot of the main points about our organization. Just like her, I'm actually the current vice president for the organization as of right now. And my favorite thing about being a member of Mu Phi Epsilon has always been about the professional growth that we've always had and that we like to push to our members. A lot of our members experience this through performance opportunities, through leadership opportunities, and everything in between. And it's truly a community full of support. And you may have heard of the terms in fraternities and sororities such as bigs and littles, which are big brothers, little sisters, stuff like that. And these are typically bigger / older mentors that help you throughout your membership process. And my big in particular really helped me become more independent and more outgoing to pursue these types of leadership careers, such as within Mi Phi Epsilon, and to become a drum major in the Spartan Marching Band. So it's definitely given me a really great outlet to pursue my professionalism and to grow as a musician. And we will hand it out to our brother fraternity of the music department, Kappa Kappa Psi.
Cool, thank you so much, AJ. Again, my name is Joseph Khalifa. I'm the current president of Kappa Kappa Psi here on campus.
And I am Jazzy, and I'm the current vice president of service for Kappa Kappa Psi on our campus.
So Kappa Kappa Psi is a national honorary service fraternity, and our entire goal and mission statement is to really just give service to the School of Music and Dance and really give back to the program that's given so much to us. Because obviously, like, the music program has impacted all of our lives, and being able to build such a strong community of people who really share this bond of both music and service, it is really a special thing. You don't have to be a music major to be part of Kappa Kappa Psi. It is open to any matriculated students at San Jose State University. So it actually allows for an amazing sense of diversity within the fraternity. Because like we kind of mentioned earlier, our vice president is a chemistry major, the president's a computer major, we have our music majors, our music minors, all sorts of STEM students. So it's really incredible getting to get this kind of different point of view from everyone. And Kappa Kappa Psi has been such an influential area of like how all of us have built these strong relationships within the music building. And it's helped me personally like find my passion for music and really allow me to grow as a person and as a leader. And same for all of our brothers. And what we really try and do is create these service events that really impact the music building. So for example, after our band's concerts, we'll usually host receptions within the music building, and we'll help the marching band by providing water and by hosting the end of year marching band season banquet. And I'm actually gonna go ahead and pass it off to Jazzy, our Vice President of Service, and she'll describe a little bit more of our service projects.
Yeah, so pretty much what he mentioned, we try and cater to all the ensembles within the music building. We also reach out within our community. We worked with West Valley Music on helping kids be able to play different instruments so that they can try and play that throughout elementary school and hopefully up through middle and high school. And then we also volunteered at local band competitions, like local WBA competitions, Western Band Association, and NCPA in Northern California Percussion Alliance as well. So we really do quite a bit of service each semester that we're here. And as far as kind of what Joseph kind of touched on the amazing relationships that we get to build becoming a brother, we also have opportunities to meet brothers across our district, which is the Western District, and across the entire United States. And our chapter and specific individuals in our chapter have actually been recognized on a district level about how our chapter has really grown and making a better, making a better view of us in the Western District as well. So it's just a really cool feeling to be in an organization where there can be so many different kinds of people, but the one thing that we love is music and our dedication to service for music. So it's been a really life-changing thing for me and for Joseph and for any of the brothers involved in our chapter as well.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Jazzy. And yeah, we're going to go ahead and pass it back to Jesse now.
Alrighty, so now we're actually going to be talking about the SJSU NAFME Collegiate. So if we can actually have Trevor and Dom talk about it.
Okay. So hi, I'm Trevor. I'm the current secretary and vice president-elect of our NAFME chapter here at SJSU. So NAFME stands for the National Association of Music Education, and it's a national organization that is the umbrella for things that I'm sure you've heard of, such as like CMEA and CASMIC and the all-state performances that I'm sure many of you have been involved in. Here at SJSU, we have a collegiate chapter of the organization, which is a completely student-run organization with the help of our advisor, Dr. Diana Hollinger, who is the coordinator of music education. So we're working very closely with our music education department as an organization. And the goals of our chapter are to provide our music students with professional development opportunities, networking, help run CMEA Base Section, which is a conference we host here at San Jose State, organize hotels for sending students to CASMIC. We actually had a really good number of San Jose State students attending CASMIC this year because of the way we were able to work out funding and getting people there with transportation and hotels, since it was down in Fresno this year. And we also have fundraising to bring in guest speakers within the field. So we've had Colby Vasquez come in, who was the former director at Overfelt High School, talk about how he grew up his program there, because when he first got there, it was a small band program, and then he increased it to have 2 bands, an orchestra, and all this other stuff. And then we're also working on setting up a scholarship for current music education students at San Jose State. And while our organization is tailored more toward music education majors, we are open to any music major who's interested in learning more about music education or teaching, or has a passion for teaching. Just because you're a performance major or a composition major doesn't mean you can't be interested in teaching. So we welcome all walks of music in our organization.
Yeah, just like Trevor said, we act as a resource for not only music education students, but just any students in the building. We act as one physically we have our study area in the building where students come and work if they need to. We also, we just invite anyone who is just involved with music at the school to come and be a part of NAFME, because anyone, even if you're not getting a music education degree, you're still going to end up teaching somehow. That's just how this thing works out. And so we provide resources for that, and we help build connections with other schools, with other people, and we help just really guide music ed and other students down the right track. And then I'll go pass it on to.
Is that it?
Yes.
Cool. Awesome. So I'll be talking on behalf of ACDA. So the American Choral Directors Association is once again just like NAFME, but more geared towards the aspect of like choral directors and choral music students. So the cool thing about ACDA is that on top of like their obviously collegiate things that they do within advocacy in the choral world, is that they actually do a lot of the choral area recruitment. So they do, I think it's called Sound Off. It used to be called Real Men and Women Sing, but now it's been turned into Sound Off to be a little bit more inclusatory in regard to like the verbiage they're bringing on. And then they have the choral invitation every year that invites certain high schoolers to come in, high school departments to come in and actually work with choral directors from around the area and as well as the nation to actually just get adjudicated and talk about the whole thing. And then every year they either go to the regional conferences and or the national conferences. I've actually had the joy to actually go to both of them for the most part, and they're both amazing in that regard. And then just like ACDA also just brings off a lot of collaboration and a lot of other fun activities that usually go into pairing with like Kappa Kappa Psi or NAFME or MUFI in that general sense. And once again, if you have any other questions or if you want to learn more about ACDA, I believe you can find them at ACDA at SJSU for most of their social media for the most part. So now we're actually going to go forward to, we're actually going to let one of our guest speakers talk right now. Unfortunately, he fell off of our speakers. So this is going to go to our chamber ensembles with Angel. So if you can take it away, sir.
Hello, my name is Ahmed Ortega. I'm a current student at San Jose State. I am a trumpet player. So Mariachi Sjsu is a San Jose State brand new collegiate mariachi ensemble established in 2018. It is a student-run ensemble with 13 members and still growing. The mariachi performs a variety of traditional modern mariachi music in the university and community with a focus on the development of musicianship, music education, and performance skills. The mariachi is exposed to a variety of performances, master classes, rehearsal techniques, music memorization, bilingualism, expressive possibilities, and compositional techniques. Mariachi Sjsu programs are performed in both the fall and spring semesters. In addition, we are currently fundraising to obtain our first ever trajes de charro. With fundraising concerts, special events, excuse me, and so much more, the school year is bound to be a memorable one.
Jesse, Angel is done.
Oh, okay, sounds great. So we're actually going to give it off to our director of the School of Music and Dance, Dr. Fred Cohen. So he's actually going to be talking to you about the entrance process, as well as just give us a wrap up about the School of Music and Dance. So if we can welcome Dr. Fred Cohen.
Sure, thank you, Jesse. And thank you to all of you who've been sitting through this webinar. I know it's not the most entertaining media, but we do the best we can. I'm glad to answer any questions you have and tell you whatever I can about the school. I would imagine the elephant in the room is what's going to happen in the fall with sheltering in place and all that stuff. I can tell you that we are meeting about this constantly. We had a meeting today, high levels of administration, and there's definitely a strong sense from the administration and certainly from the faculty that classes that are experiential, and we all know what those classes are, where you have to be with other people in the same room, will continue to meet in a safe capacity at the university. And classes that are not requiring face-to-face teaching will be more or less online. So if you're thinking about what your fall will look like when you come here, there's no guarantee. We are very much at the mercy of the Santa Clara Health Department, but we have every expectation that we'll have a strong and interesting performing career this year. In terms of coming into class, and if you have questions about what you need to do in order to apply, let me know. For a lot of you listening, I noticed that you just basically need to click to enroll, but if you have questions, you can contact me directly and I'll be very glad to help you with the admissions process. And I would just say, in terms of quickly wrapping up again, and if you have questions, we're delighted to answer them. It's a great program, even today when we're dealing with some real difficult issues with health, with space social distancing, with new ways of teaching. We still remain a very integrated, and as you can tell by, for example, the dance video, very engaged group of faculty and students and staff who are doing the best we can to continue to make art at the highest possible level. So thank you very much for coming today, and please do ask questions.
Cool beans. So I believe there's a discrepancy regarding the Q&A session. Lucy, have we gotten any questions from our attendees so far?
No, I don't see any questions. I see that one hands up, but that's all the questions.
Well, maybe we can potentially keep doing that. So if anyone has any questions, would you actually put your hands up on Zoom for us? That way we can allow you to permit to talk or anything of that nature. So if you go into, okay, so we have one. We have three.
We've got three people up.
Okay.
So let's have Dana Johnson. Dana Johnson.
Sure.
Okay, wait a minute. Cancel. No. It wants her to permit to, here we go. Okay, Dana Johnson. It wants them to permit to a panelist. Okay, hold on a sec here.
Hi, Dana. It looks like you're using an older version of Zoom. Would it be possible for you to just type your question out in the chat for us, please?
Let's see here. No.
Okay.
Okay. Sorry, guys.
Oh, I accidentally, well, I let Karen start talking.
Wait. Let me see. Dana, are you there? No. It's not letting us do that.
Okay.
Okay. Dana, well, can you write your message on the chat now?
Well, in the meantime, I actually let Karen speak. So let's see if they'll work.
Okay.
Hello.
Miss Karen?
Yes.
Hello. Sure. What's your question?
Well, I just have a question about dance classes.
Scholarships?
Not just like registering for dance and like how would that work in the fall?
We didn't have an understanding of accessibility.
So are you a potential dance major?
No, I'm interested in dance, and I was planning to join like a club or an organization that does dancing.
That's good. That's great. There are dance clubs, and you can find them on the web. Again, I'm not sure in what capacity they'll be meeting. If you want to take dance classes again, when it's time to register, you can just find them in the schedule of classes. Very easy to do.
We have all of that time to prepare.
Okay, so how would I find them? Would it be in the portal?
Potentially. And so
after you come to campus and go through orientation, you'll be again given the opportunity to register, and at that point you can register for classes, and they will come up on your SJSU.
And making sure that all of these pieces are in place. I think what Dr. Ritter clearly.
True beans. Alrighty, so we have a question from Giovanna. So I wanted to ask about the start of the semester in general for delivery of instruments. Music requires some prepping time with instruments to be delivered, and even just meeting with the right people, ? Is the school waiting until the last possible minute before they decide on opening campus?
I can answer that. The campus is officially open. What I would suggest is to, again, get in touch with me directly about what instrument. If you're looking for to borrow a school instrument, why don't you get in touch with me, and then we'll figure out how we can make that happen. The school is officially open. Students need to get permission to go on campus, and permission's given at this point kind of on rare occasions only.
Okay, sounds good. So we have another question from Jacob. He says, hi, I've signed in a bit late for this session, but did any of you talk about the music production program because I wanted to see what's done over there? So we do have, I believe, a BA in music technology, correct, Dr. Cohen?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, but in regard to music production, we actually do have 2 recording studios, and we actually do offer a fall and spring recording studio session that's actually taught by industry professionals. So in regard to other music production opportunities, the SJSU MOK library also has music production areas and that are all filled with, Finale, Pro Tools, anything you need to start recording. So even if you aren't planning on joining us as a music major, there are opportunities to actually take our classes and use some of the resources here at SJSU within the music department, as well as in the MOK library. Okay. Another question from Flor is, what is the time commitment for Symphonic Band, and how does one join if not auditioning? Can one of you guys answer that?
Yeah, so the time right now for Symphonic Band is going to, oh, I'm sorry. Was Lacey answering that?
You can take it, it's fine.
Okay, the time right now for Symphonic Band, I believe, is 12:30 to 1 to 2:20. If I'm correct.
Symphonic Band, correct?
Oh, okay. So Symphonic Band will be 1:30, or they changed the time, didn't they, Dr. Cohen?
Yeah, we changed the time. I have to look it up. I'm pretty sure you're right. I think Symphonic Band is it's mid-afternoon right now. I have to look it up.
Yeah, so Symphonic Band is mid-afternoon on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And if you aren't auditioning, I would reach out to Dr. McKenzie through email, and I would explain your situation to him and try to join that way. That's something that's been done before.
Sounds great. I missed a question. So Ricardo asked, are there any fees that come with marching band? So Jazzy and or Joseph, can you guys answer that?
Yeah, I actually just responded in the chat, Ricardo. So the main required fees for marching band include a t-shirt, which varies between $10 or $20, gloves, about $5, marching band hat, which is about $15, and then marching shoes or dinkles, which ranges between $30 to $40.
Awesome. So our next question is from Dana, and it is, hi, I'm an incoming transfer student for vocal performance major. I was wondering when we'll be able to audition for choral ensembles if we're already accepted into the general music school. Okay, so for most of our ensembles, we'll actually be doing the audition process usually, especially for choirs. I believe it's the Monday before school starts. So we usually start like a Wednesday or Thursday. And then since you're a vocal performance major and transferring, usually we have a thing called Death by Aria for opera theater, which is done within the first 2 weeks of school, depending on the production. So whether we have to audition for an upcoming opera or musical, or we just get ready for our scenes in general. But in regard to like how auditions may be happening this year, I mean in the fall of 2020, once again, we'll have to see how the next semester plays out in regard to the pandemic and whatnot. So most likely you'll be getting contact with Sandra Bengochea as well as Dr. Jeffrey Benson. So hopefully they will have more answers for you in the coming days prior. So let's see. What was the next question? Okay. If you are majoring in jazz studies with all of the classes that you're required, is it possible to join marching band? So Jazzy.
What was the question again?
The question is, if you are majoring in jazz studies, with all the classes that are required, are you still able to join marching band? I mean, I think it's just more.
I think that would be one I can better answer.
Yeah, okay, that's fair.
So it really depends on your workload. I am not a jazz studies major, but I've been very active in the jazz department here at SJSU. And depending on your work schedule, if you're working, and your class schedule, it totally works out. Jazz, there's no conflict between any of the official jazz times and marching band rehearsal. The only potential conflict would be concert dates, which are something the school tries to avoid, or maybe you have to leave on a trip for marching band or pep band in the spring, whatever you're doing. It's really just a matter of scheduling and how much of a workload you can personally handle.
Awesome, Chubins. So our next question is, what kind of woodwind instruments are involved in the marching band?
So we include all woodwind types now. We include flutes, piccolos, clarinets, alto, tenor, and baritone saxophone.
Cool, Chubins. Let's see what our next, okay. Okay, so here's another question from Isabella. Hello, I am an incoming transfer student. I am a music performance major. My major instrument is euphonium. I already did my entrance audition March 14th and I was recorded. I was wondering if I have to re-audition in part of the wind ensemble or any scholarships.
Jesse, hang on. I answered Isabella privately.
Oh, okay, awesome.
Thank you.
Cool. Okay, so that one's already been answered. I guess, so this is a question for Dylan. Can we take our personal instruments to marching band practices?
Yeah, this was one we also answered in chat, but yes, you can take your personal instruments to marching band practice. And if you don't have access to one, the School of Music and Dance also has instruments reserved for marching band students.
Did anyone answer Trinity before I read it all? Or should I just read it? Okay. I played the B-flat contra bass clarinet as my main instrument, but I do play most of the other types of clarinet. Is there an opportunity for me to join the ensembles? If not, what other types of clarinets are there available? Let's see.
I can take that one since I am also a clarinet major.
That's awesome.
So we have the Clarinet Ensemble, and that ensemble features everything from the E-flat clarinet all the way down to the E-flat and sometimes B-flat contrabass clarinet. We do have instruments that the school provides the school owns an E-flat contra and a B-flat contra. So that's probably the main place you would be able to perform, but the wind ensemble and symphonic band sometimes also has, like if you're playing a piece that has a contrabass clarinet part, you could play in that too, probably. I hope that answers your question.
Cool. Let's see. There was another question regarding, will there be placement exams for the music program in the fall semester? Dr. Cohen, do you have more information regarding?
Yes, there will be placement exams. There'll be placement exams for theory, and there'll be placement placement exams for the ensembles as well. They're not really exams, but placement auditions. Yes.
Okay, cool. Another question is, when does marching band camp start?
So reading ahead just to Ricardo and Danielle's questions, since they're both marching band, usually our marching band camp usually is a week before classes start. So the week of classes is expected to start August 19th. So it will be the week of August 9th through the 15th. And usually for auditions, we audition for percussion and color guard, and our spectrum dancers will already be set by then. So usually it will be the day or two before the full ensemble meets, which will generally be a Monday or Tuesday. So then after that, we'll go through the rest of the band camp, and then yeah.
Let's see. What's the next question? So one's dealing with regarding scholarships. So I don't know if you'd like to contact them privately, Dr. Cohen, regarding the sending the application form, etc.
Yes, I will do that to Aura. I'll send a note to Aura. Thank you.
Sounds good.
Jesse, did you see Matthew Stewart's question?
I did not.
Is it possible for music students to be a part of the multiple ensembles such as jazz and choir?
Oh, I can answer this one.
Sure.
Yes, it is possible. You just need to consider things like time load, because ensemble rehearsals are generally like an hour and a half to 2 hours per day. So you can join as many as you want. You just need to consider time. And if you're a music education major, it's actually encouraged that you do other ensembles like jazz and choir to get that experience, because in the future, even though orchestra may be your main thing, you could end up teaching band and choir at a high school. So you want to be able to be well-versed in the different types of ensembles.
Awesome. True beans. So we have another question. How much are rentals for instruments? So really just overall, it's just a $60 music use fee that's paid every semester for the most part. So as a matriculated SJSU student, you are able to rent out instruments depending on the need. So say if you are a non-music major, or if you're you're an incoming music education major and you have to take the fundamental classes, say if you're a trumpet player, but you need a violin for your string fundies class, you'll actually be able to rent out a violin for that said class, as long as you paid for your $60 music use fee, and then you'll most likely get it through a librarian, Paul Oliva. And then it goes for the same thing for all marching band participants, I believe. Can you guys weigh in on that a little bit more? Do they also pay the music use fee as well?
So for the marching band, if they're not music majors, they do pay the music use fee if they want access to the practice rooms and to some of the instruments. But for most of the instruments within the marching band, we do just have a $20 instrument fee that we use throughout the year to just kind of make sure we can clean and maintain the instruments.
Okay, awesome. True beans.
Just a quick correction. The music use fee is actually $30 per semester, so it's a $60 year-long cost.
Oh, okay. Awesome.
Also, all music majors have to pay it because it is what you need to add your lesson codes. So it's even if you're not checking out an instrument, you still need to pay the music use fee card to enroll in your lessons.
Yeah. And then another cool perk is that it actually gives you access to 24/7 access to the building. So if you want to practice in those late hours that you have to, and then it also gets you a locker. And then on top of that, it gets you into most music and dance concerts for free, depending on what the circumstances are. But yeah, it's for $30 a semester. it gets you a lot within the School of Music and Dance overall. Let's see, do we have any other questions? It seems like we've ran out of questions so far.
I think we have a question from Giovanni. I want to ask about the start of the semester in general for delivery of instrument. Music requires some prep times with instruments to be delivered, and even just meeting with the right people. Is the school...
we already answered that one. Dr. Cohen spoke to them. Yeah. So yeah, just to reiterate, the campus is still open. But if you have any discrepancies that you want to talk to, make sure to email Dr. Cohen at fred.cohen@sjsu.edu or at music@sjsu.edu, and then we can figure out a way to get you your instrument if you need it. And then so we'll have ways for you to get your instrument, so on and so forth. But other than that, I think we don't have any other questions. So I believe we're done. Unless anyone has any other questions. Yay, nay? Okay, cool. Oh wait, one question. Is there a separate fee for having an accompanist in lesson? No, we actually have staff accompanists as well as student collaborated accompanists as well. So no, you do not have to pay for your collaborative pianist during your lessons. For the most part, the only discrepancy is if you're having a recital or if you're doing an outside event, that's when you actually have to pay your collaborative pianist if you're trying to do something in that regard. But when it comes to your lessons, it's really just at the discretion of your lessons teacher on how your lessons will go. We have a question are there any fees for dance that are for BFA majors? Dr. Cohen, can you actually answer that? I don't know if there are any fees for the dance majors here at San Jose State.
I think he's gone. Oh, there he is.
Yeah. Do you know if there are any fees for BFA dancers, Dr. Cohen, aside from the music use fee?
BFA dancers, no, there aren't. They don't pay a music use fee either.
Okay.
BFA dancers don't have any direct fees.
Okay, awesome, great. And then another question is, when are auditions for ensembles? So for this, I would highly suggest following our social media platforms at either SJSU Music or at SJSU School of Music and Dance. That way you can actually get more of an updated report on all of our ensembles and what's going on, because we're actually on there pretty active to make sure that people are getting their information and whatnot. But as for auditions for the ensembles, I wouldn't worry about that until late August when school's about to start. And then another question for marching band camp, when will band members be housed before the school year begins?
Yeah, so because we do start band camp a week before the semester begins, and that's usually right before you're allowed into your housing site, we'll have some sort of form beforehand where you'll be able to fill it out, and you'll actually be able to be moved in earlier without having to pay any additional costs.
Cool, sounds good. And then another question is, are there any fees for composition majors? No, not that I know of, only the music use fee, just so you can have access to the building, as well as a computer lab and some of the electroacoustic room. But other than that, no, it's just the basic $30 music use fee per semester.
You will need to get special clearance though. We have cards that let us in certain buildings in the room. As a composition major, you will need to be able to get into our recording studio. And so you will have to do some paperwork and to get a access card into that room.
Sounds good. So there's another question regarding financial aid. So we'll actually potentially be, the best way in regard to talking about financial aid is I would email music@sjsu.edu, and that way we can actually get you in contact with Lucy Yamakawa Cox, or so you can have more of a private discussion regarding financial aid and scholarship disbursement within the School of Music and Dance. So yeah, and once again, I would most likely just email us at music@sjsu.edu. Give us your questions and we can easily forward you to our financial analyst. And then if you want, we'll put it in the chat. see. In the meantime, does anyone have any other questions? What does ACDA mean? Oh, so ACDA means American Choral Directors Association. Oh, when do they meet? So it's really just at the discretion of the board. So to my understanding, they usually met during the listening hour times, which was, I believe, Tuesday at like 12:30 to 1:30, but it's usually every other, it's every like first Tuesday of the month. So it's really just at the discretion or at their discretion. I mean, if you want more information, I would try to follow them at ACDA@SJSU. They're on Facebook, Twitter, and I believe Instagram as well. You should be able to talk to the president, Will Schneider. He's usually online to answer any questions that you may have for the department. But other than that, yeah, that's what ACDA stands for. Cool. Any other questions anyone may have? Alrighty. So I guess we can open it to our panelists. Would you guys want to give any last pieces of advice, etc., in that regard? A last final pull? No, we're good.
I would like to chime in real quick.
Cool.
For those of you that are still here, thank you. I think just being involved with all these organizations has really allowed me to basically just get all the experience that I need to move on in the future, past graduating, getting my degree, being part of the marching band, being part of Mi Phi Epsilon. I'm actually also part of NAFME as well as an education major. So just making sure that you're just staying on top of your studies, but also reaching out and getting involved in the music department, I think really allowed me for success.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing. All righty. So I believe that should be the end of our webinar for the most part, wouldn't you say? So I would like to thank you guys all for joining us for the most part. And I hope that you guys got a little more glimpse and understanding what the School of Music and Dance is and what could offer and what it could actually offer you. So yeah, for the most part, hopefully we should be having more of these type of Zoom meetings or anything of that nature in the future, and we'll keep you guys all updated. So once again, this is the School of Music and Dance, and thank you so much for joining us for the most part. So yeah, alrighty. Of course, thank you for joining us. Awesome. Should be ready. Bye.
Bye. Come be a Spartan.
Yeah. Thank you for joining us. Hopefully you guys learn other stuff. Bye.